And if you do your own thing with the bosses and the fighting and the stuff, then you're gonna be good. You will pass all the tests and become an epic hunter. Yeah, there were a whole bunch of things that were like 1 copper on the auction house, so I figured why not drop a copper on them. Maybe it'll give me some good stuff. So yeah, I was doing a test stream a little while ago, just making sure that everything would look fine, and this is how Official Classic looks on the new PC. And how does it look, folks? Does it look good? Does it sound good? Is my hang on, the sound should be at like 10%. Hang on, 10. There we go. So yeah, the sound mixing should be very good. I've got myself some. We're 2 levels closer to the Crystal Pine Stinger in 4 levels. We still got the Striders too. We got a whole bunch of coarse dynamite, and we also have a whole bunch of heavy blasting powder. Which just have a look at this, you guys. So my aim shot with Venom Strike hits, or rather crits, for about 200, right? So since I've got the heavy dynamite access to it, 128 to 172 fire damage in a 5-yard radius. That's AoE damage that's comparable to aimed shot. Aimed shot, you guys. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this out. All right, I'm gonna take 5 wool cloth, and I'm gonna take 10 heavy blasting powder, and we're gonna make ourselves some dynamite, some heavy dynamite, and this is gonna be really sick. Oh man, look at this. Times 5, times 3, times 2, that's not very good, but there's another times 3, and then let's go for the times 5, times 4. Okay, I can live with that. There we go, we got 17 heavy dynamite. Now, coarse dynamite is the next step up after rough dynamite, and if you guys saw the Dead Mines video earlier today on YouTube, then you know that rough dynamite was absolutely awesome in the Dead Mines because it hit so freaking hard. Now, coarse dynamite, it's gonna double that damage. It's gonna double that damage, and then heavy dynamite is gonna quadruple that damage because that's how it works. Now, I'd love to go ahead and do some more dungeons or something. I do have the quest for Basil Thed, so I suppose the next course of action would be to head back down to Stormwind. Well, listen, if you're not engineering at the moment and you really want to test how explosives feel, go to Ungoro Crater and pick yourself up some crystal charges. Those are the best dynamite type weapons in the entire game, and they are not for engineers. They can actually be used by normal players. Now, I believe sapper charges are effective against targets that are normally immune to fire for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's different here, but that was the case on private servers. And those sapper charges are going to be amazingly useful for any guild who wants to speed themselves along with whatever it is that they want to do. Let's see, I'm fully prepared, or rather I'm fully repaired. That's good. Someone is doing the Onyxia quest right now. Anyone for stocks? Might as well yell out here. If we can't find anyone for stocks, I'm sure some Dead Mines groups will love to take a 23 Hunter. And of course, we don't really need anything there. I mean, we could move on from it, but it is fun. And I do want to check out the coarse dynamite. I do want to get some linen cloth. I want to get some wool too, but the wool is mostly found in Stockades. Cool, so we got ourselves a rogue for Stockades. Looking for more Stockades. Now let's see here. There should be a couple of quests around. I forgot to enable Cheetah, so... We got ourselves this one, we got ourselves this one. We need a tank, DPS, and healer. Need tank, DPS, healer for stocks. And as some of you guys might be thinking, hey, level 23 is kind of low to be going into Stockades with, and you know what? You're right. But you know what else? We're hunters. We only have 9% hit. That's easy peasy to get the cap. And even without the cap, we're very likely to actually hit our targets anyway. So we can go into things that are much higher level than us, because remember, the melee DPS are going to suffer from glancing blows, and mages, or casters in general, are going to suffer from resists. But we hunters, no. We have ranged physical DPS, so we don't suffer from glancing blows. And we do not suffer from resistance either. So we're pretty much able to go into the high level stuff and shoot it, and it's over. We've got it. Here's the other quest for the Stockades we just ran in and picked up at this Nakova Raskal here. We gotta keep shouting out for the Stockades. That'll be good. Looking for 3 more stocks. Tank, healer, DPS. And it's certainly better than looking for group. I apologize if it's slowing things down on your end, but hey, we're all here, we're all chatting here. And, you guys can feel free to ask me anything while we're here. And we'll go ahead and answer some questions about huntering related things. Hang on, is our druid inside the instance? I'll try inside, because there's a new general chat inside. Looking for 1 more stocks, tank, or DPS. Hillsbrad, man. Hey, we got one. Hey, Geo. Need a tank for stocks, maybe. When someone in this group leaves. Oh no, someone left. Join up, dude. Maybe he'll come in and we'll hey, hang on, this paladin's level 30. That's pretty cool. We still got our healers, so that's good. Someone's just making some bag space. I might have a 29 paladin too. Hopefully Geofram leaves group so that we can all join in together. Have ourselves some good old Stockades farming memes. Just barely able to get ourselves the spot. There's Laser doing his thing in chat. Let's see, Killua? Maybe... Please disregard the village idiot. Nah, he's 48, so there's no way he'd agree to come by stocks. Let's pull our pet back, maybe he'll come back to us. So yeah, delete Clothies. Have you ever gone to Stone Talon as Alliance? I mean, it's really BS. There are horde everywhere, but it is funny, and it's fun. If you're running around with Shadow Meld, you can pretty much dodge people. We're gonna see what we can do. Maybe I'd stop by there and do a little tutorial on how to be a Shadow Warrior. Looking for 1 more stocks, tank or DPS. Looking for 1 more stocks, tank or DPS. Who knows? Maybe someone will say hello. Yeah, we're fine. We're good. Just be careful about these side rooms because... Cool, alright, so here's our course dynamite, Adam. I'm gonna do a little multi-chain right here. Now, I got a report from someone on YouTube. I believe his name was Tef or Tap or Tef, perhaps. But in any case, this is kind of important. So apparently proc weapons will actually reset your auto shot cooldown, as strange as it is. So perhaps Venom Strike is not ideal at the moment, although if you notice how hard Venom Shot hits, it's actually really good. So you know, maybe if you get enough Venom Shot procs, it makes up for it. It's crit for like... It's crit for like 88 before, 90, so it does hit pretty hard. But just so that you know, I've heard that it does reset the auto shot cooldown. So that will need to be hotfixed before we can go ahead and do all the things. Hey, I like to go to the Shimmering Flats for the quests. The quests in the Shimmering Flats, not in Thousand Needles specifically. There's a Targor the Dread. I should probably put a Hawk instead. Let's get a good, darn it, multi-cleave. Right here, come on. There's the multi-cleave. Let's drop a skull on the ad first. Might as well, right? There we go. Gotta chase down the runners. Now, where was I? What were we just talking about? Hey Ranger, thanks so much for joining us on the stream today. We're just memeing about in the Dead Mines, having a grand old time. We are currently maneuvering throughout the Stockades. Sorry, not the Dead Mines, the Stockades. That's where we are right now. We have Defias here, but pay no mind to them. And thank goodness for the pet aggro being delayed, because I said it, I told it to follow me, but it wouldn't. It would not follow me back. So yeah, thank you for joining me on the stream today. Make sure that you share the stream too if you enjoy it, because we're talking hunter stuff. We gotta get all the hunters up in here. And if you just noticed that was a multi-sync technique. Instead of firing at the center captive, we fire at one either furthest or closest, and that will chain to the very last one. Important technique, and make sure that your multi-shot chains to all targets. Good to know for your hunter stuff. And if you have not seen how multi-shot behaves, make sure you check out my advanced multi-shot techniques tutorial on YouTube, because I'm very much I go into very much detail about just how that works. Boop. Yeah, there's some weird thing about procs on the weapons apparently. Like Venom Shot might reset your auto shot cooldown. I'm not entirely sure. I have not confirmed this. If you didn't notice, I'm not using an auto shot timer at the moment because well, I got in the queue and I realized I did not have my add-on set up. So unfortunately, we can't really do too much about that. But we're here. We're doing some dynamite multi-shot shenanigans, and you know that we're top DPS. You know that's always the case. Going to... No time right there for a multi-sync technique, but we're fine. Let's boot this fellow, and I'll move over here, closer to the door, where we can position ourselves for some more memes. I should probably drink up a little bit. I have not been looting anything either, so I should probably also run around and do stuff. And you see, this is why you love paladins, because they give yourself, they give you the blessing of wisdom, and then you barely need to drink. MM is pretty cool, but you can run out of mana in dungeons if you're not careful. And sure, you can always go ahead with the auto shots to, you know, use your natural mana regeneration to get back up there. But of course, that is suboptimal. I'm going to take a quick look back here. I'm going to look for any loots that we might have missed. Here's one. And we do need the linens, we do need the wolves. Once we get our linens and wolves, we're definitely going to pull something in that side room. Whoops. My bad. Hey, sorry dudes. But there are 4 mobs there. Let's try out our coarse dynamite. Another multi-shot. Toggle off Cheetah before we get the aggro, but of course our druid tank is on point, doing his growls and making sure that nothing gets to us. But of course, if something does run towards you, you do want to run in on it and give it a good raptor. Especially if you're wearing a two-hander, because that's how melee weaving works. Auto, multi, auto. I guess I could switch over to auto shots for a few, because I am only at 35% or so on the manas. And the mana is kind of important. You know, we gotta get the manas. Auto, multi, auto? There we go. That was strange. I guess Thundershot did actually reset the timer. It seemed to take longer than usual there. Did you guys see that? The only way to test this is to get more procs, so we're going to be seeing more of that. We're going to be checking out the procs. And I'm going to dump some more dynamite over here. We're going to, I guess that, it doesn't really matter. Boop. Oh, the dead zoning. The dead zoning. You do want one thing on you and one thing on the tank, because that way you can you move beyond melee weaving and you go straight into alternate attacking. And that's where the real memes are. You don't need to move at all, you just swap between targets. And speaking of which, why do not I have my I should have let's see here, interface options, display, controls, combat, names. Ah, here we go. Nameplates, enemy units. That should do it. There we go. It should be a little bit more clear now. Boop you, and we just keep on DPSing. See, you didn't even need to move at all. But you just use your auto attack and your auto shot cooldowns, and separately from one another, and that's how it be. That's how it is. Let's see here. There's got to be some more loot that we missed. But where is it? Here's one. Gotta get all the loots, and there should be some chests in here too. Whoa. I thought there was more than there were. I mean, I guess there are like 4 targets there. That's kind of a big deal. I just fired out a serpent sting. Nice meme. I'm going to snipe that one real quick, and then we're going to go over to that one there. Boop that one there, and keep it going, keep it going. Another raptor here. We get the multi-shots off. Hey, there's more loots. Forest Holder Belt. That's actually good for a druid. So I've already got something with agility and stamina on it, and that's what you really want to go for, because the agility is going to give you firepower, and the stamina is going to give you the durability advantage in PvP. So, I mean, heck, really agility is the most important thing if you're PvE or PvP. Just make sure you don't get jumped. If you do get jumped, that's what stamina's for. Nice, we got ourselves some of that good stuff. It seems that our healer's okay on mana though, so we're fine. Let me get a good multi off on here before the next mob catches up. And let's Raptor strike this one. Weird, my Raptor did not go off. Come on. There we go. If the Raptor does not go off, it's it feels bad, man. Okay, let's there's a locked chest. Locked chest. Sure, let's give our friend the leader here. I don't want to bother with marking because listen, you know, I'm DPSing here. I'm talking with you guys. We're having fun here, and our paladin can handle it. She's got no rotations to deal with anyway, except for the auto seal combo, but that's very basic in comparison to the big multi-sync technique. Feign death? I've been hearing a lot of bad things about it. I'm sorry to hear that. But listen, we are hunters. We will adapt. That's what we do. We will find a way. Just like the dinosaurs. It's multi right here. Yeah, right into melee. That's the big multi-sync technique. Or rather, the dead zone shot. That one's stunned, so we can get a good... darn, I was out of mana, so... No multi-shot there, but we certainly got some good shots off. We got our rocks off with some shots off. Here's some more loot, some wool cloth, and we are racking up this wool cloth, boys. That is good stuff. You know what? Let me actually, did I share these quests? No, it seems everyone has already done it. Holy Uprising. Have we done this? I forgot to share the color of blood at the start. I'm sorry if anyone was on that, but strange. So yes, there are ways to work around the feign death limitations using macros like stop attack, pet passive, all that sort of thing. At least that's what I've heard. But unfortunately, it's not perfect. It's not entirely perfect. One more dynamite right here. Nice. Very good dynamite. I am running low on force dynamite already. 30 is way too low. You need at least 500 dynamites in order to be safe. That's how the dynamite be. All that, and you know, it's just fun. It's fun to carry explosives on you. Hi NSA, I'm sorry. I'm talking about a game, okay? Oh, hang on, I'm hitting the wrong target. Yeah, I gotta watch out for that fear on this fight, because he does the fears. Dextrin Ward is, hang on, he should be over here. Multi? Yes, we got him. And dynamite's still on cooldown, so we can't use it yet. And I think I resisted that fear. That or it's got like a target limit or something. Oh my, that's not good. That is not good at all. Okay, we gotta pull out the heavy dynamites. Bot heals. Okay, heals down. Heals down. Paladin, go. Okay, we're fine. I've got some heavy dynamite here, so oh man, there's a lot of Defias captives here. Yeah. Where's our paladin at? Oh, crud. Okay, we might be screwed here. Our priest is down, our druid's down. Are we running? I mean, is Holy Limbs stuck? Holy Limbs appears to be stuck. So, come on, Viramu. Stuck? Vanilla life. It was never a matter of if, only when, that was going to happen. RIP, feared into a glitch, so a paladin's gonna die. Gotta pull out of that room. The boss is just too nasty. Oh well. But you know, that's what we do. We're hunters. We doesn't afraid of anything. We use our dynamites. Hang on, our rogue's fighting for her life over here. Ah, crud. I'm sorry, I interrupted the bandage. Crud. I'm sorry, mate. That was my bad. She gouged and used her bandage. Incoming, we do have incoming with more Defias inmates. Hey, she went ahead of me. I said incoming, so that was not my fault. My camera's turning very, very, very fast. Let's see here. If we pull this guy over to the entrance, we'll be fine. Very nice timing on the wing quip over to concussive thing right there. Let's wing quip and move the other way. This is called the strike through technique. It's very simple. You literally strike through a target. He's running away in fear, so we're good. Not that it matters that I hit skull, because I'm probably not pulling too much threat. I mean, I might pull a little bit. No lag at all? That's fantastic. So my internet is actually fixed. That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. So let's see. Is there anything left over here? What is this green gunk on the ground? Did our healer get infected by the flood? Are those flood spores? Flood gunk? I mean, tell me, it looks like that green glow, like that blood splatter on the ground from like 343 Gold 2 Spark. Ah, it's gone. It must be the wand glow, but it's pretty interesting. Just how it looks. Very cool. Very neat. So I wonder if our rogue can unlock this chest. Can you unlock this chest, rogue? Smiley face. Keeping it positive for the boys after a wipe. I mean, a mostly wipe. You don't need feign death as long as you can kite. The double sword set, it's very, very good. I would highly recommend it. I've gone without it before. It's just, you know, it's ideal to pick one of those up. You know, you get the +2 hit, you get the good stats, and for some reason my mouse is turning at a million miles a minute. I don't know why that is, but I guess we'll see if our rogue can unlock this chest and plunder the treasures within. Alright, here, let's see. It seems that she can. That's very good. Anything neat? Ooh, mana potions. I would certainly take those if no one else wants them. Are we greed rolling on this? I guess we could greed roll. Maybe we're just rolling on the green. I would take the mana potions if no one else wants. We gotta get the mana potions, you know? Because listen, as a mage or something, you might pop yourself a minor mana potion and only be able to afford maybe 1 or 2 fireballs. But if you're a hunter, our most expensive stuff, you see, is aim shot 75 mana, multi-shot 100 mana. And it's really, really inexpensive compared to all the mage stuff. So even the low-level mana restoration potions, will do something for us. That's why Night Dragon's Breath are so good. And if you haven't heard of Night Dragon's Breath, look it up. It's a very important consumable. It shares cooldown with Healthstone, not with potions, and it's free to farm, most importantly. If you are swapping professions, pick up enchanting, get a whole bunch of lesser nether essence, and then run up to Felwood, turn in all the lesser nether essence at the quest giver, who will trade you a whole bunch of Cenarian plant salve, and just stock up on that stuff before swapping to whatever profession you intend to keep. It is absolutely a great idea because enchanting is the easiest way to level it up. And then, or rather to stock up on the plant salve. And of course, once you're stacked up on or stocked up on the plant salve, you're going to have many, many adventures. Okay, this is a little bit funny. Let's throw out some heavy dynamite. That might be a bad idea. But never mind, we did some damage and we did not take aggro, so it seems that our tank is holding it just fine. And that's good. You see, I'm rolling with some coarse dynamite at the moment, that's pretty good, but the heavy dynamite, that's what the real damage is at. You know what I mean? I'm gonna swap target over here, because I don't want to kill these guys off before I can get another attack or something on them. Another chain attack. Unfortunately, I finished that one off with an auto shot instead of a multi. But we got 2 raptors off on that one, and that was good. And you just want to stack up on that deeps, you know? You want to stack up on what attacks you can throw out at the same time. That's where the real DPS is at. We got another 4-pull, and I think we're okay. We can throw another heavy dynamite out here. That'll be fun. Good stuff. Very good stuff. I just brought that thing right back to the tank. We got ourselves the multi-shot off CD again. Gotta keep our eyes on that. Gotta... Darn. He was gonna run towards me. I was gonna raptor it. Ah, dead zone. But at least I got the raptor. The 69 raptor. Nice memes. For those of you who don't know, if you get a 69 raptor, it is 420% more BIS memes per second. And that is absolutely what you want to be doing as a hunter. You want to stack up on the BIS memes per second. You want to get yourself a Drake Fang Talisman. You want to get yourself a Sulfuras. You want to get yourself a turtle and bring it to raid. and there you go. No, seriously though, you certainly want your good old Ravager with you, but that's about it. That's about it for the memes per second. Although actually, this is kind of funny, but the Zul'Gurub spell power trinket, listen, you don't really need to go for the physical damage one. It's kind of lame. But if you get the spell power trinket, I'm not sure if it works on official classic servers, but hypothetically, no hunter spells are actually spells. And as you may know, the ZG spell power trinket will lose a stack of spell power whenever a spell is cast. So, if some of our hunter abilities benefit from spell power, but they themselves are not spells, then we may just gain the full benefit of the spell power trinket for the entire duration, in which case the spell power trinket would actually be really fun in PvP. Maybe your Serpent Sting or Immolation Trap are suddenly absolutely baller. Alright, here we go. We're going on the boss first this time. And that's definitely a good idea. I gotta throw the dynamites out there. I gotta throw the good old multi-shots out. I'm gonna drop some of this on. Looks like he's running in fear. I pulled my pet out, but for some reason he did not respond quickly. I'm gonna get a good multi-chain. Come on, multi-chain. Right here. Here we go. And Raptor. And back to range DPS. That guy is very low. I want to get the multi. Go on. Yes. And the Raptor again. Now that's melee weaving. It's not exactly ideal because you do want to have something straight up in melee range, and it's just easier that way because you don't need to move at all. But if you can melee weave, that's nice too. That it does its thing, and you can save enough time between your auto shots to do it successfully because that's what's so good about Hunter. You know, we're not only ranged casters, but our auto shot has a charge up time, a 0.5 second charge up time, a cooldown based on your weapon speed, and of course I'm rolling with Venom Strike at the moment. And you can move while your auto shot is on cooldown and not lose any DPS. So you know, you run in there and you boop something. And there you go, your auto shot comes off cooldown when you leave. That's all well and good. I do want to Raptor Strike that, but I also want to get the aim shot off. Unfortunate, but what can you do? There's a new skull target up, so I'm going to swap to that. We got the multi, so that's absolutely what you want to do too. You know, if you have the opportunity to multi-shot something before it dies, it's going to do more than your aim shot because it's just that powerful. Multi-shot is very, very good. Oh, large red sack. Oh man. I'm inclined to make a dirty joke here, but I'm not sure what to say. In any case, we do have this boss here we need to kill. We're only at 30% mana, but we're fine. We're good. There's no problem whatsoever. I'm gonna chuck some heavy dynamite out here, because the dynamite that I got on my bars is the coarse dynamite. It's the less effective kind. And that stuff's doing plenty of damage. 240 fire. Oh, they can crit too. It can crit. That's pretty sick. I'm gonna Raptor you before moving out again. Well, come on now. Let's keep it to reasonable distances here. Well, we got ourselves the auto shot off. I'm gonna smack you again. Or dodge. You dodge my boop. You cannot dodge my boop. My boop is too powerful for you. It is the boop of the Ravager that has cleaved Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms in half. It is the boop that that made Cthulhu so ugly. Yeah, I sometimes aggro things on purpose just to melee weave, or just to rather alternate attacks, because by that point it's not even weaving into melee, it's straight up using your auto attack on something and then using your auto shot. It's swapping between your attacks. Because aside from the auto shot shenanigans, the auto shot mechanics, we also have whatchamacallit, the auto attack is on a different cooldown. I'm pretty sure that chained to all 3 targets. I'm not entirely sure. If it didn't, then I should have targeted this one over here, which I'm going to target right now. And yeah, my wind serpent's in there. Okay. Hey, nope. Don't you go anywhere. There we go. We got another. That's fine. You can actually melee weave if you stay close to your target, and that's why you want to get close and personal, and that's also why the fun of MM Serve is so good. Wow, look at that. I already have Bandit Pants of the Monkey, so it's pretty solid. Hey, I won it! That's cool! Sweet, that'll actually sell for a bit, I think. But anyway. So, what were we just talking about? Yeah, that's right. So, melee weaving is pretty cool. You can use it in plenty of situations as long as you're creative with it. You know, find the opportunity to do it. Hang on, Raptor before the. I'm gonna get another multi off on here too. Now, if you go MM Survival, you get yourself the lethal shots, you get yourself the big range crit, but you can also get Killer Instinct in Deep Survival, which is pretty cool. It's very sick. Now, you can't keep this spec for rating, obviously, but while you're leveling up, you can get yourself plus 8% crit, straight up. Plus 8% crit straight up from the thing. I'm pulling aggro here, so I guess I might as well. Oh, my dynamite's still on cooldown, so I can't really do anything about that. That one's gonna run in fear, but I don't have the mana for multi. Not yet. Now I do. A little bit more mana. Here we go. Now we can aimed auto, multi-auto. Aimed, auto, multi-auto. And our druid just went down. RIP. I'm gonna send my pet to growl on this target. In fact, I'm gonna turn growl on autocast right now since our tank is down. May as well, right? Hell, even distracting shot because apparently my growl is being resisted. Unfortunately, that didn't seem to do anything. I do have concussive though, and that did not do its stun either. And there we go. Cool. So that's Stockades. Maybe we could go again. You know, maybe do another run for the wool bandanas. Anyone else need more wool bandanas? I could use some more. I've still got some to find, about 5 of them. So we're halfway done with that one. So we'll ask the group if they want to go again. Another chest here, by the way. Hey Ghost Rapper, thanks so much for joining us on the stream today. Really nice to have you here. Make sure you share the stream too if you enjoy it, because, you know, we're just starting out. We gotta grow. We gotta spread the word, preach the gospel of the hunter. Well, I mean, I respect Kargaz for his insane leveling speed. You know, he really wanted to get up there to 60, and those guys who are up there at 60 are certainly going to take advantage of farming and all that stuff. They're going to have a lot of a good head start. But, you know, I do like to take my time leveling up. It's more fun to just roll around in dungeons, maybe go a meme spec if you want. Because as soon as I hit Scattershot, I'm going to swap right over to Survival for Savage Strikes and Clever Traps, because those two talents are going to make the Ravager viable. And for those of you who don't know my gimmick, I am Raziya the Ravager. I take the Ravager from Scarlet Monastery, and I Bladestorm stuff in melee as a hunter. So, let's see here. The chest is here. It's unlocked. So I guess we're waiting for folks to roll it out. I got a 52. That's a half and half, pretty decent chance. So I'm sure someone's gonna get higher though. Hey, 1213. Is that the right number? Thanks for joining us on the stream too. I really appreciate it. Listen, if you guys have any questions for me, you can feel free to ask in the chat. I am watching it as often as I can, and hey, I won the chest. So so I am watching the chat as often as I can. You guys can feel free to ask me anything. I will be sure to answer questions to the best of my ability, and I did clear an extra Amazon Light Soap. I also was a Game Master on Light Soap, which is the name that I'm going by, Nilf, for a year and a half. So, you know, I was out there murdering those gold sellers. I was out there doing the things. It seems that we're getting repops on the way out. Let's reset. Ah, shit. Quick, guys. Repops. gotta get these guys out of here. For some reason, the Stockades stuff respawns very quickly. Not a good thing. Let's get a growl off there. Oh, good question. So, on Kronos, when I first discovered this beautiful weapon, the Ravager, it was totally broken. You could actually use explosive traps and other neat stuff during Ravager, which is crazy good. But fear not, we do not need to worry, because even without the ability to do stuff during Bladestorm, it's still good, and I'll tell you why. Now you see, hunters have kind of limited AoE. We have multi-shot, which hits 3 targets minimum. We have explosive trap, which has a 30-second combat CD and is unreliable with feigned death working the way it is. We have volley, which cannot be used very close to you. At least it couldn't on private servers, and it's also on a 1-minute cooldown. And of course, engineering bombs too are on a 1-minute cooldown. So the theory behind the Ravager is you have gaps in your AoE, and if you need to spam your AoE on all the things, then hypothetically, you could get yourself some extra AoE damage in between the gaps, purely through the whatchamacallit, purely through the Ravager procs. Now, it does have limited viability in raids, and this was the case on Kronos too. Whoops, I accidentally dead zoned myself there. I did not mean to do that. Stop it! Don't come close to me yet. I'm trying to aim shot you. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes. So it had limited viability in raids anyway, even on Kronos, but the thing that it's really good at is clearing 5-mans. You know, you've got large packs that are not really dealing that much AoE damage back to you. You can go ahead and wreck them all. 9 out of 10 here. And there are a few places that you can level, or sorry, that you can use the Ravager in raids, and I can name a couple of them off the top of my head. There are the core hounds just before Magmadar, the small ones, you know the ones. the small packs of Corehounds just before Magmadar in molten form. And there are also the spider packs in Zul'Gurub. Those ones are... those ones tend to not have any CC that you need to break, or at least all the smaller spiders that you want to AoE are moved away. So, you know, you can use the Ravager there, but let's say that you're 10 to 10 here. Let's say that you're oh gosh, what was I just talking about? I'm sorry. We were talking about the Ravager, but it was there was a certain area that we were talking about it in. Well, anyway, you get the idea. It's there to fill in the gaps between your AoE, and if you couple it with things like your explosive trap, your sapper charges, and all that stuff, it's just going to be extra pure AoE, and it's going to feel really good. It's going to feel good, man. Cool, we'll find a fifth. The typos today. Wow, really? Well, actually, I mean, I heard about my server. Like, all the warriors and paladins in my guild are using the Ravager to do things, and also some of my hunters too, which they should, because they are in the guild with the Ravager, and that is, it would be heresy not to use one in my guild. But anyway, so I've heard that it kind of spread across my server, but I'm not sure about other servers, so it's really cool to hear that it's been spreading as it has. So thank you for bringing me up to date on that. If it does have a very high proc rate, it can be amazingly useful for hunters, because sure, it's not exactly ideal for warriors and paladins, because they do need their their ideal melee weapons in order to do the most damage. You know, that's the main source of their damage, the melee damage. But hunters, a lot of our damage comes from ranged attacks. And because of that, and because of that, we can sacrifice a melee weapon, at least temporarily, to get ourselves some extra damage. And that's why it works so good on hunters. It fills in the gaps in our AoE. It does not gimp our damage incredibly. And we also have rank 1 wing clip, which is, I mean, you guys know that we're asked to spam that particular spell for nightfall procs in raids sometimes, and it's the best spell for spamming, and so that you can get Ravager procs too. So hopefully I articulate the reasoning behind this wonderful weapon quite effectively, quite thoroughly, quite sufficiently, and quite efficiently too. Pass lead plus. Looking for 2 more. Oh hey. I'll come with. I have quests for BRD. Thank you. But we'll have to run BFD in the next one, because I am out of time. Well folks, I hope things look and sound better now that the new PC is up and running. Make sure you check the description for a link to my Twitch, and to the Ravager Den Discord. Then you can join in on the live fun. Next time we're off to BFD, but for now, that's all. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you drop a like on this video and share it too if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you never miss another upload. Also, in the description is a link to my Patreon, and I would be really happy if you only had a look at it. Every little bit of support helps, whether you turn off your ad blocker for my vids or support me on Patreon. I have to thank you guys. Anyway, as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!